how many of us had a sexual education experience that talked about pleasure at all? I can't even tell you how many women I've talked to who have said a version to me of, I'm just not like a sexual person, or like, this just isn't, it's just like not a big part of my life. Remember even saying to my mom, of all people, saying like, I think I'm just not one of those women who's like meant to have an epic love story. I can't remember the other words I used. I think I had said a wild romance. I remember going to this French restaurant one time and seeing this woman show up with a book, and she had this chic haircut, and she ordered pate and champagne and just sat there and enjoyed it by herself. And I had never, I mean, this sounds kind of funny to say, but I had never seen someone do that. I thought that, you know, to be a good girl and to be a good woman and to be even a good person, you know, you really had to really avoid like any kind of decadent pleasure. And you really shouldn't just be like out enjoying things by yourself. And I was so worried about, you know, like, what would people think about me if I were to do something like that? What would people see? How would I come across thinking like, oh, like, I don't want to be seen as selfish or seen as indulgent? And it felt really, really dangerous. But that mindset I was in of like, the good girl does not ask for more. She does not go for seconds of dessert. She does not do anything, you know, out of the box. She is like following the rules. She's a straight A student. That was who I wanted to be, because I have always had a big vision for helping people. And I thought that the way to do that was to take up as little space as I could, work as hard as I can, you know, create work that would really make a huge difference. So at that time, I was working in the anti-trafficking space. And I thought like, this is the way. I care about women. I care about their freedom. I'm going to like make myself small, fit into this tiny box, give away everything I can, make as little money as possible. And whatever I do, I'm going to use to sort of help women in trafficking get free. And no one can tell me that I'm being bad, because like, how shiny and good am I? Meanwhile, my body was totally shut down. My relationship was also basically totally shut down. And I was wondering like, well, is this it? So when you sign up to work with me, you know, money goes to anti-trafficking organizations, because there is still a way that we can all be connected, but it doesn't mean that you have to give up your life too. That's not what's required. What's required is for you to figure out what is going to make you feel the most like you, so that then you can have the experience that you're meant to have and help the people that you are meant to help. And I started cracking my kind of view open to seeing that maybe there was more. Like, maybe it wasn't just all so black or white or so good or bad. And that's the uncovered intimacy method. Because what I realized was I wanted to feel this deep intimacy, not even necessarily about my partner. I mean, I want that too. I want all the things. But first, it was an intimacy with me, who I was, all the women that I have been before, all the women who are to come, all the things that are real for me, everything I wanted and needed, the version of me who could go to that restaurant and order that and just sit there by herself. You know, what does intimacy look like with all the versions of me and of you? And so starting to think about pleasure as a tool for uncovering who you really are, for healing from the past, and for starting to build that intimacy first within yourself. So this first pillar is really about the uncovered mindset. This is a tool for healing. This is a tool for creating the world that we want. This is a tool for freedom, and we can't just look at our pain. We can't just look at all that we don't want. We start there, and that is crucial. And what the invitation is to let that coexist with allowing ourselves to dream about what we do want instead, what would feel good. Who are we? Who is that woman in us that wants to come out now? And pleasure is the path that gets you there.